Hello, Last of Us fans. Tremendously positive news for us. The Hollywood Reporter is reporting that the HBO series adaptation of The Last of Us premiered to a record-setting 4.7 million total viewers. That's both across linear cable viewership and HBO Max subscribers in the United States, marking the second best series launch since Boardwalk Empire drew north of 7 million viewers back in September of 2010. And again, in this day and age of streaming, HBO Max, the Sunday night viewership for an HBO series typically only represents just 20 to 40% of the total gross audience per episode, meaning that, this is only counting people who tuned in to the allotted premiere time slot of 9 p.m. Central here in America, or 9 p.m. Eastern here in America. So that's not counting the people who decided to watch it way later in the night or who decided to watch it the following day. This is only counting the premiere viewership numbers, and this is a massively big number for The Last of Us, which with word of mouth, now that people are going to be talking about the show all over, the internet, or people who go to work, or people who are talking about it at school, the word of mouth is going to spread, and I believe that the viewership number is only going to go up the more that The Last of Us really sets into what the series is, which is following the story of Joel and Ellie and the fungal cordyceps infection, and the clickers and the great characters that Joel and Ellie come across throughout their journey. I really think that this is tremendously positive news for the Last of Us fans and for the show really. I think that this tells us that as long as HBO wants to continue the series, and as long as Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann want to continue the series, it's going to keep going for as long as they want. And again, keep in mind, this is viewership that's bigger than, HBO Max originals like Euphoria, True Detective, which is the critically acclaimed True Detective, Westworld, the critically acclaimed and gripping series that was Chernobyl, that got Craig Mazin the role of showrunner for this in the first place. It's a bigger debut than The White Lotus. The critically acclaimed White Lotus, which just won a Critics' Choice Award just a few nights ago. It's a bigger premiere than Watchmen, Big Little Lies. I mean, the list goes on. HBO has premiere television on their side. They make great series, and this is their second biggest original hit since 2010. This is a massive number, and it's just a sign of, hey, the gaming fans are out there, and they came and they wanted to support this. But also, I think the bigger number here to account for is probably the casual audience members who probably saw the advertising for this all over the world, really, and thought, you know what, I'm going to give this series a shot, and look at where it's going now. So, people who are hating in my comment section over the past couple of weeks, over the past couple of months, everything from the casting to the people who are behind the series with Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin, you're going to have to go to someone else's comment section, because this show is here to stay, and I really cannot wait to see where we go in the future with the possibilities of Season 2 and Season 3 and so on and so forth. But yeah, if you want to stay today and all the latest in the world going on with the world of The Last of Us, both the series, TV series, and the game, and everything related to The Last of Us news, please keep it locked here to the Millennium Movies channel, and I will try and keep you up to date on every single piece of news that we get for this series. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys. But until next time, this has been Millennium Movies, and this is a big dub for The Last of Us fans.